Oh man, and it's vlog 62! What are we gonna talk about today? I mean, it's been a while, you know? Few days anyway. Had the holiday, had the weekend, and all this gorgeous weather. So today I'm talking about the holiday vacay out to Hocking Hills in Ohio. The binge of Stranger Things Season 3. Spoiler warning? I'll try to keep it clean, guys. Also gonna be sharing with you the details on the latest podcast. We got to tap into some extremely rare bourbon, and boy, was it nice! I'm Dan, and you're watching the Finding Lost Vlogs. Woohoo! Make sure you're clicking that like button on this video, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you're liking and following my page, and subscribing on YouTube! Yeah! It means a lot to me, and I certainly do appreciate it. It is a new month, which means new goals. Basically gotta get that time management and self-discipline into a nice boiled stew of doneness. Yeah, we're done cooking this shit. It's time to be done. Get things going and get them served. And hopefully, you know, people enjoy the food. So first things first, I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. You kept your limbs intact. You didn't burn yourself too badly. You got out and enjoyed some of the beautiful weather. I was fortunate enough to go out with some of my amazing friends, Damon, Mackenzie, Paige, and Tiffany. We all bolted down to Ohio to the Hocking Hills State Park. Now, I've never been there before, and I've seen some of the pictures, but this place was amazing. And it's really only a 4.5-hour drive from here, which I thought was pretty crazy because this place is... it's like the prehistoric forest. Something out of Jurassic Park. King Kong Land at Universal or something. And there's so many different places around the area. Went to the Cantwell Cliffs. So how cool was that, dude?
Amazing. Woo. So cool.
My whole life just changed.
Those are some views, man. I like a forest with a view. Took the trail on out to the Ash Cave, which that was amazing. Wow, so how was that?
It was scary at first because I thought I was going to break my toes. I thought I was going to drown because it dropped off. And then the waterfall pushed me down even more and it's slippery, but it was fun.
Seriously, how cool. That was pretty awesome. And then that night just had the most beautiful sunset on the drive home. Pink sky at night was a sailor's delight. Sure, we did get a little wet, but that didn't stop us from having fun in the water. I mean, why not? We stayed at this beautiful A-frame cabin. And it had a jacuzzi or hot tub. I don't know what the difference is, but it was nice! Chillaxing, drinking with friends, and the next day we did some more hiking, heading out to Conkle's Hollow, which was really cool. First off, we get up to the map and there's this huge-ass spider. Ended up seeing a couple barred owls. Woohoo! They were a hoot, for sure. Before finally getting back there and actually checking out the hollows. Reminds me of like a Harry Potter movie or something. Then we skated on back and headed out to the next location, which was Cedar Falls! It was pretty fun playing with the 360 camera, getting some cool, interesting shots and stuff. And after that, bolting out to Old Man's Cave. This was probably the busiest place that we had went to, just the most people in the area. I also remember it being quite a walk, but not as bad as Cedar Falls. That was a crazy hike. But you know, Old Man's Cave, you know, it's pretty cool. Checked some things out, did some things. And of course, because it was so hot, we had to get some ice cream to cool ourselves down. All this before finally stopping at the coolest location of them all, which was the Rock House. This place was truly amazing. We did kind of end up going a little off trail. And I ended up on this rock. Like, that's what the craziest thing is the perspective in this place. Things look big and they're small and they're not. Like, they look like they're 20 feet away, but really it's 50 feet. As I said, prehistoric forest, Jurassic World. Rawr. But we ended up on this rock cliff. It's pretty much no bigger than a coffee table. Like, getting out there was okay, and then once I was standing on the rock, I started getting a little bit of vertigo and my legs started shaking. It was pretty crazy, but the views were just stunning. I was super bummed out because my 360 camera had a little bit of moisture under the lens because it was so humid and we had a little bit of rain and all this stuff. And by then it was like the 6th location, so I didn't have all my gear with me. I just got tired of lugging it around. Okay, the truth was, the strap was chafing my nipple, so I was like, hey, I'll just do this with the 360 camera. And unfortunately, almost none of it turned out. Super big bummer because it was one of the best parts of the trip. So shucks! Guess I'll just have to go back one of these days. Anywho, that night we got back and it was the 4th of July, so we grilled some food and we got out and checked out some fireworks. It wasn't the best show, but hey, you know what? We got to see some explosions in the sky and I'm the kind of guy that likes that shit. So yeah, of course we got back after the show and we were all extremely exhausted, especially considering we had to bolt on back bright and early the next morning. Why? I wanted to stay! Well, people gotta work and stuff, and that's what they do. We all do. Did I mention that right when we got there, we also did some rafting? Because that was fun! We were originally gonna go kayaking, but because of all the rain and everything, the water was a lot higher and a little bit quicker, and they said, hey, no kayaking! So we all hopped into a raft and ventured on forth. All in all, it was a blast, and I'm so thankful for having some badass friends that invited me along on their adventure. Thanks, guys! You rock! Allure happenings! So while I was gone, the final bid took the Apple TV. It's sold! It's gone! And what's really crazy is I can't remember, I had 2 of them, but I can only find one, so now I can't remember if I already sold one or not. Couldn't find one, so I had to pack up the other one, and that goes out today. Other things! Did I say that already? Or Stranger Things. There we go. That's right, Stranger Things Season 3 was released on Netflix. How many of you guys binged it all? I mean, come on, it's only 8 episodes. Pound it out. Basically, after getting back from Hocking Hills and taking a nap, I plopped that on and just watched them all straight through. What'd you think? Did you like it? I mean, the truth is I love all the actors and I love Elle. And it's got all these nods to all these like old school horror movies. It can make one feel quite nostalgic, and that's probably what I love the most about it. I don't want to spoil much of anything on this show because if you haven't watched it, you need to check it out. I always find it funny when I hear people that say like, oh, I just couldn't really get into the show. And I'm always thinking to myself like, how could you not get into the show? Like, this is a really good show. So I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Why don't some people like it? I don't get it. It's too dorky, it's too nerdy, man. Is it? I don't know. Maybe you need to watch more of it. I was pretty pumped with where they took the direction of this season, and frankly, I'm anxious for season 4. Ooh, is there gonna be a season 4? I don't know. Really don't. Since we're talking about these Stranger Things, or other things, entertainment things, Marvel Phase 3 is coming to an end. Or it did because, you know, Spider-Man Far From Home is out. I have not yet checked out this movie, but I do want to. I plan on it. One of these days, I'll probably go see that, because I want to. Gotta count some quarters. Sell another item on eBay, so I can see our favorite web-slinging hero do his thing on Jake Gyllenhaal. Just web him right in the face. Elemental, man! Oh, man. So, it's hot in here. Which means I should work on wrapping this up, but not before talking about the special podcast that I did with Eric McCrone. Special for 2 reasons. One, because he ended up having to leave early. Basically, we talked too much before we started the podcast. You know, doing some catching up, doing those things. And drinking some amazing bourbon. Extremely rare bourbon as well. So basically, this is going to be a 2-parter, each part going to be about an hour long. And they'll be released a week apart. So yeah, sounds about right. What I really want to talk about is this Happy Birthday Bourbon. Now, this particular bottle was bottled in 2000, and boy, was it delicious.
That is good.
Oh wow, that is super smooth.
I mean, this is definitely a special occasion bourbon, and so I'm fortunate that he wanted to crack it open on the podcast. Because, boy, was it smooth. So smooth. For sure. Seriously appreciate him coming over and cracking that bad boy open. It's actually so rare that it's hard to find cheaper than $1,000 online. Yeah, that kind of rare. I still can't believe how amazingly smooth It's just so good. So yeah, that part 1 of the podcast will be coming soon. Hopefully be dropping Thursday. I mean, it should. I don't see why not. So yeah, you know, booze. Good booze. Well, that pretty much does it for me. I got things to do today. Too many things. I'm Dan, and you've been watching the Finding Lost Vlogs. Number 62, yo! 62, what it do, fool? Peace, guys. I'm out of here.